So we conclude the third anniversary of the passing of George H.W. Bush. And so earlier today I made it a goal to fast 41 hours in honor of the 41st president of our country. I said, read my lips, I'm fasting 41 hours. Well, unfortunately, just like George H.W. Bush, I didn't live up to the promise. I only went 23 hours. But I had a good experience that highlighted just why I needed to go on the fast. I have a very lightweight attitude every time I'm fasting. I can deal with challenging situations that would normally bother me a lot, right? Like this lighting post that I cannot seem to. That doesn't seem to, even though I'm not even fasting right now, that doesn't seem to bother me as much as it normally might have. Earlier today, I had a difficult time dealing with, well, the fallout of the Great Resignation going on, right? So I'm trying to take advantage of the recent dip in prices in platinum, and I made an order on an online coin dealer. Now the problem is that so a lot of fraud going on. Every time I order, there's major headaches, right? I try to make an ACH transfer. They don't like it. They want a wire transfer instead. And so I call my bank to do the wire, and both of them went through now. And I had to call customer service. And I basically, I've gotten into the habit when I call customer service to just put it on speakerphone and just go do something else. The problem is sometimes customer service comes on and I don't realize they've come on and they hang up, right? And so I almost thought about writing some kind of computer program to detect when the customer service comes on and sound a much larger alarm than just somebody coming onto the phone, right? That way I can turn off the music, right? Okay, so I finally get somebody on the phone, and this is where my fasting really helped me. I have a hard time resisting the temptation to interrupt somebody. I want to take care of the fact that I've double paid, and the customer service guy wants to go on and on and on about things that don't really help me, right? They have new specials. Oh, he can do something else for me. And I have a tendency to cut people off. But earlier today, I came to realize that, these people want my business. They're not going to offend me in the end. Let them talk. And I let him go on, ramble for 15 minutes about specials he can get me. He was like, oh, don't worry, you could use this extra money to buy this crap and that crap. I let him ramble for 15 minutes, and at the end of it, I said, that's very nice, but I'd like to get my refund for the second payment. And he rambled another 10 minutes, and I let him ramble on, and I have a good time listening to him because I'm in a lightweight attitude. And I looked at the account. I had bought 4 of these coins, but I looked, there was a better price if you buy 10. 10's a little bit out of my budget at the moment. I said, given the inconvenience, can you give me this volume discount? Because, I've bought like hundreds of such coins in the past. I'm a big customer. Could you give me this refund as a compensation for all this headache that I had to deal with? Because I understand that fraud is not in your control, but I shop here a lot. And he gives it to me. And see, had I interrupted him, I might have missed out on that, right? I break the fast, and all of a sudden, I'm not so lighthearted anymore, right? Right now, I'm dealing with wanting to go see an apartment, and I was calling the landlord. I didn't feel so lightweight anymore. The unfortunate part is that you can never, you can maybe fast before you go on a job interview, go on a first date, but unexpected events like being double charged on an online coin broker, or having your car break down, or workplace strife, you don't always get to prepare for that and fast in advance of handling that. That's the bummer, right? Fortunately, I was fasting today when I ran into the coin shop problem. Anyways, feel very lightweight when I'm fasted. Tomorrow is the beginning of my second favorite month of the year, December. I like December, but not for the reason that you might think. One reason I really love December is a big anniversary I have. December 8th, 2011, I wrote my first computer game. I was getting ready to graduate with my PhD, but there was a big problem. I didn't have a girl to take to the graduation. And, most of my peers were graduating with a spouse or a significant other. And I wanted to drum up some attention that last month or so that I was in school, meet somebody just to have somebody show up to my graduation. I almost didn't want to go to my graduation. It turned out I never met anybody, but I really enjoyed my computer games, and I found my calling as a result. And so it's a big anniversary for me. I also had one year I had a lot of strife with my family. See, my mom doesn't always see eye to eye with me. I had to resist picking up the phone this past Thanksgiving weekend because I really didn't want to ruin my spirits. She and I disagree on two things. She gets very upset at my fasting. She thinks I'm not me without the food for whatever bizarre reason. I'm actually more me without my food. But she's worried about me not enjoying my life, and also she was very upset about a couple tutoring clients. I do private tutoring. She was upset about some of my clients taking advantage of me. But you know what? Human connectivity is very important. I ended up losing the clients because my mom was so upset at the clients taking advantage of me. But I felt less happy after I got rid of them. I mean, and I needed the human connectivity. So my mom is very old-fashioned. She thinks making money is the most important thing in the world. She thinks that food is the center of all enjoyment. And she thinks that you need a partner to be happy in life. She wants me to get a girlfriend, get married. And I didn't want to ruin the spirit of... I was happily solosexual. I was spiritually very happy with my work, even if it doesn't pay a lot of money. And I enjoy things other than food. And my mom doesn't seem to appreciate that. And sometimes it causes me to question myself when I listen to her. So I had to resist the temptation to pick up the phone. So one Christmas, back in 2006, I got into disagreements with my mom over stuff like that as well. Not the exact same topics, but the similar kind of philosophy. And so I took off, I was 19 years old, I took off from my family's home and I walked all the way to a friend's home about 15 miles away, if you could believe it. And I stayed there for a night. And the next morning, my friend, he was going to college. We had gone to the college campus and we sat down and I was printing some material at the campus. And I accidentally used somebody else had logged into the computer, forgot to log out. And I accidentally used up his print quota. And when I went to get the pages, on the cover page it says your username. It was JIF4, JIF4. And I told her, you know, I accidentally used somebody's print quota. Can you believe it? And my friend looked at the user for the front page of that printout, and he goes, oh, you JIF'd him. JIF'd, just like gypped. And I had a good time, just getting away from my mom and her crazy attitudes toward life.